Well, it's official. We have now made it to 6 weeks of Droughtlander. The strike is over for our writers. The actors are still fighting for that fair contract. And, well, the writer's strike, while over, still hasn't got a contract. So, fingers crossed, it's been voted on. Hopefully, everyone will sign and we will have our writers back at work any day now. As for this Droughtlander, well, it's been short so far, and we know we can survive longer than a year if necessary, so let's keep going strong and find out what Kat's been up to. Before I get started with the main portions of this video, I wanted you to check out this post, and this is thank you at Chanel Official for having me at the wonderful opening of the Gabrielle Chanel Fashion Manifesto exhibit Van Museum. Beautiful setting for such beautiful designs. Hair, Grethel Brommel, makeup, lipstick Kelly, and I'm guessing photography Dave Bennett. And Sophie is answering her on-screen mom. Ooh, you look beautiful as always. A stunner. P.S. Welcome to the blonde gang. You be slaying it. And she does. She pulls off the blonde really well. I mean, honestly, I think it looks good on her. Not a bad way to start us off. Now, of course, I'm going back to Instagram. I do have some things on Twitter I would like to share with you though later. But I'm going to start with some of the stories that have been posted on Instagram. And Sophie has gotten back to it. Let's check out and see what she has been posting about herself. And I'm going to guess probably a puppy in there somewhere. Oh, yep, there's a puppy. And we got something from John. Looks like he was at oh, Divine Official. Yeah, Divine. Rock on. That is like the drag queen extraordinaire. I of course cannot play the audio. I'm not even try to get away with that. What else we got here? I'm goofing around. Doesn't really say where, but hey. Oh. Can't watch him or shake that booty on the BBC. Okay. Probably gonna show that one. Dodo. And then I'm gonna go and we're gonna switch on over to Twitter. Now, before anybody says, but Katie, it's not Twitter anymore. Yes, I refuse to call it X. Although we're gonna go visit X. That's somebody you don't want to go visit, you know? All right, I'm not going quite as far back on Twitter. I'm just rolling back by a couple of weeks because, quite frankly, I bookmark a lot on Twitter and we could be here forever. I am going to point out a few fun things, like a birthday or two. We've got a birthday for Annette Badland, and we saw this one earlier in another video, but it was Charles' birthday, and so we've got a happy birthday for him as well. I'm looking again in his costume, very nice, and himself, just, also handsome fella. Both of these posts are, of course, credited to Batgirl's Outlander fandom. I do not want to take any credit for these myself. I'm going to go over as many birthdays as I could that have happened in the last week or so, or the last several weeks. I'm going to cover Claire. Might as well cover Black Jack, right? Tobias Menzies celebrated his birthday on the 3rd. And Batgirl, a good source for my birthday updates. She's got herself set up with a really nice picture of Tobias as Blackjack, and just a really basic look for himself. So I like it. That was a good happy birthday meme for us. And then here I've got a birthday for a Rose, her very first birthday as an Outlander participant. I love these kids because they have a very tough job of pulling off what seem like minor characters, but they play such major roles in the stories because kids play major roles in our lives. And I think Rose did a really good job as Amanda. I know she got some guff for not having the same look as Amanda in the book, but she did very well. I think the personality and the way that Amanda was, even in as little as we see, she fits in very nicely into the Mackenzie family. So welcome, Rose, and happy birthday on September 12th. And of course, if we're going to do some more birthdays, cat video here, but birthdays, we're going to do Meryl Davis, of course. Her birthday looks like September 11th, and this one is from Outlandish Scotland, who let us know with a different kind of meme. I enjoy these as well. Happy birthday, Meryl. Without you, this show would not be what it is. So fantastic to see her smiling in her videos. And I love or sorry, in her picture. And I love when she does interviews because you can tell the ones when you can tell the people when they work on a show who really believe in it and love it. And every time she talks about the show, she is just so excited to be a part of it. So happy birthday, Meryl. And I hope you have had a wonderful week and continue great success with the show. Now, while this isn't a birthday, on September 11th, of course, we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Katrina as our very own Claire. This particular post goes to, the credit goes to, anyway, Elizabeth Smith, who is at Dumbspire. I can't say the whole thing, Spiro 67. And so I wanted to make sure they get credit. But we were very happy and excited to have had such a well casted part, such a well casted character. And so, of course, small celebration for that. And speaking of the great gal herself, it looks like we got a little behind the scenes peek of her at that fashion show just a few days ago. You can see her up there at the top, kind of looking around, maybe being directed a bit as to where she can go. And then, like all of us, trying to keep our things straightened out. It's kind of great to see that she's not perfect all the time, you know. Not only are there people around her trying to make her look good, but she's got to keep herself straightened out, just like the rest of us. And then this here just looks like a picture of her, and this was posted by Balfe Nation. And they, of course, Balfe Nation, if you would expect a name like that, they post quite a bit about Katrina. Now, here is another good post from Balfe Nation again. Great source for anything Katrina, and since that's what I am trying to cover here a little bit more, this is a discussion. Well, here you'll see.
It's look. There's something beautiful about humility, right? Humility is a good grace to have, or a good thing to have to a certain extent, except when it starts to tell you that you're not as worthy as anybody else to take up a piece of space. And I think that that's one thing you have to know. You have every right to be in any place, to say anything. Something I still struggle with. I don't think that I'll ever leave.
Or you make your own space, and then people oddly come and listen to you say it on purpose. I appreciate that lots and lots. I do really adore seeing Katrina on panels because she always has some very insightful words about how she looks at herself, how we look at the world, and how we treat each other. She's such a generous and kind person, and you can tell just by the way she speaks and the way she speaks of others and how we relate to each other. Now, there wasn't a ton for Kat up over the last several months. She is not as prolific a poster as some of our other cast members. However, she did post some pictures behind the scenes from that fashion show. So, just for fun, because Kat took them, we're going to share some of these images, all right? And I have no idea why it starts off with a purse, but other than the fact that purses are considered part of fashion. I usually have a terrible looking purse that is more about function than fashion. Katrina says, thank you, thank you, J.W. Anderson. Exquisite show. So beautiful. Thanks, Gareth Brommel, Mary Wiles Makeup. Okay, and now we'll see what we've got here. Okay, I'm assuming a jacket or a dress. Is that a skirt? Looks like it might be a skirt. Interesting. They're not impressed, but it's interesting. Maybe I'm just not impressed. Interesting. Which is all I keep saying now. If that's plastic, I think I'm too function or over fashion, because I'm just like, okay, so the water would run off of it if the kids spill anything on it. It won't get stained, right? It would get ripped really easily. Oh no, I think I have that in my closet. It's just an oversized sweatshirt, right? No, it's a dress of some sort. Why do models always look so grumpy? Are those heels on moccasins? I'm just trying to figure that out. I dig the little short skirt thing. I like the little jacket and the shoulder flare on the jacket there. Not sure what I would do with heels on my moccasins though. And there's just a happy picture. All right. Yeah. So we got a little bit of cat there. I'm sorry, the video's fairly short for a cat. I thought I would put a bunch of stuff in here, but there wasn't nearly as much as I thought there would be. But still, a little something is better than a little nothing. So I thank you again for joining me for this video. I am going to try and look for some more actual news and information. I don't know how easy it's going to be to find, but I will use my imagination to always try to make sure there is at least one Droughtlander video per week. And if I can find things quickly that I can put up in this format, I will do that more often. Until the next video, I thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your continued support. And please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. And I will see you for the next video. But until then, check out one of these videos and I'll see you there.